Okay, we're getting ready to start.
Oh, whoa. Are you telling us ahead of time?
Yeah, we're not just going to hear the...
What happened?
it's embarrassing. I could, if you put $1,000 in my hand and said, hey, hum our theme, I'd be like, here's your $1,000 back.
Right. Yeah. Here's your $1,000.
Actually, you put this in my hand. It's yours.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
Because usually I'm not paying attention. I'm talking.
Right.
Which I should be doing now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. I'm Ted. My math tells me the other guy is Damon.
I thought you were going to stop there. Like, hard stop.
I'm Ted.
Right.
You do something for once, sir.
That's what I thought.
I do all the heavy lifting on the intro and the outro. You just stand there and look at me. It's very awkward. How was your week?
My week was pretty good. I need to tell you about my haircut check-in.
What is the first word?
Haircut. Yeah, I know. This is Mac. Are you familiar with haircuts? Yes, he's nodding his head. Yes. See, so he occasionally, where you get the Flowbee out or something, just do a little trim.
By the way, are we going to get a special guest 8 minutes into our show again, where suddenly a fourth guy is in here I wasn't aware of?
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, so we can come in on time.
Yeah. So the haircut place next to my house, I went ahead and put the app on my
Did
phone.
they ask for your zip code?
Yeah, I live right there. I live there. But no, they're not affiliated with the gas station, so we're good. But anyway, I check in online, and it's just for me. I'm the only one getting a haircut that day, and it's this 39-minute wait. And I'm like, that's why I check in online, because they're 2 minutes away.
Yeah,
I'll drive over there when we get to 27 or 30 minutes. I'll go over. So anyway, I get over there. I get there a little bit early. I walk in at the 14-minute mark. Okay. Hand to God. She says, is your name on the board? Did you check in online? Yes, I did. That's me. I'm the third one down. Right. And I'm like, 14 minutes, 3 haircuts. There's like 6 people in here cutting hair. I think that math checks out. We're okay. That checks out. I turn around, walk 4 steps and sit in a chair. Okay. And when I look back because it's still on my screen from when I walked in, I go to close it. It jumped to 29 minutes. I don't know how slow of a walker I am to get those 4 steps over to that chair, but I lost 15 minutes of my life.
I think it was the other people cutting hair, looked up, saw you, and hit a button that was like, no, I need more time.
Yeah.
I don't want that guy.
Yeah. I have to mentally prepare for this. This is for me. It's not for you.
Three of those people went, nope, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, correct. I got a big, is this the line for the haircuts? Nope. Right. So that's just how it goes. But I was just like, I didn't understand.
I'm at the age and the mentality where I will call that out. Not specifically to an individual, just be like, hey, just real quick, how did that happen?
Yeah.
What happened? Just so I know. I just want to know. I just want to be explained to me. I just want to have the understanding. So next time I don't come to some place 15 minutes early to find out I'm 15 minutes early for the 15 minutes early.
So I kind of did that in a roundabout way when.
Well, you do everything in a roundabout way. I'm sorry. That felt really cool. Even I feel dirty about that, but I had to say it.
That was dirty, but it was pretty appropriate. I'm not saying it was false.
You have a sub penis.
Okay, look, let's not go to the well.
I used it confidently all week.
You love putting those back to back, don't you? So anyway,
you're on the board like that. That's Brian's fault.
So anyway, I got my subtle jab. I did my subtle jab when she goes, Damon, are you ready? I go, yeah, 29 minutes ago. Let's go. That's exactly what I said.
That feels like, yeah, you did.
Yeah. And she just looked at me like, huh? Like how a dog turns her head sideways? Like, I think I'm processing this right now. Yeah. So like I said, if I won't call the name of the place because I want my haircut there more. And some of them know I have a podcast, so I won't do that.
I had to get a prescription filled. I know no one likes a bragger. And
right.
They're like, what last name? And I always say Wilson with 2 L's.
Yeah.
If I'm in a hurry. If I'm not in a hurry, mess around.
Yeah.
Just assume on your own end, buddy.
If there's a long line, you're like, Wilson.
Yeah.
And now we wait.
So I said Wilson with 2 L's. And he was like, what was the first name? And I was like, I haven't gotten there yet. Clearly you weren't paying attention to what I just said, so you're never going to find me.
Hey, can I give you, this is going to be your new announcement. Wilson with 2 L's, Ted with 3 letters. Okay, that's what needs to be your introduction from now on.
Put that in my notes.
You're going to put that in your notes, right? So
I stole
2 and 3. 2 and 3.
TJ has a Twitch, and on Twitch you can like sell like things. Basically, the longer you watch, you earn like points, and you can buy stuff from it, even though there's no money involved.
Yeah.
One of them is write me a joke. So he said something that pairs into like my set really well, and I put like 10 minutes later, I bought Buy Me a Joke. He's like, "Ooh, what do you want me to write you a joke about?" I go, "Oh, you already wrote it, sir. It's already in my set. It's too late. It's mine now." And he's like, "Okay, you can have it."
Yeah, I'm just gonna say thanks. Hey, just for a heads up, Jerry's here. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, no, I saw the light come in.
Okay.
Hey, Jerry, did you see someone is over? We're in this. This is the F unit. Do you see someone's over in the G unit?
Yes. G unit. Yeah, got ya. All right.
That was fun.
So anyway, I know if this won't be a problem to you, but just so you're aware, 29 minutes. Go ahead.
Well,
continue.
no, my point was that guy was clearly hadn't heard what I had said for my last name.
Tuned
if
it
he's
out.
already asking for my first name.
Yeah.
Because I like, what did you think you heard? Or
yeah,
my first name is with 2 L's.
Yeah.
With 2 L's Wilson. That's my name. My parents just like, just cut to the chase.
How do you WITH T OOELLS with 2 L's? I don't know.
Also, I went there to pick it up. I asked for these online 3 days ago. They said one was ready. I didn't get the other one, and I was like, well, that can't be right. They just give me. They don't even put it in a new thing. They just put my label on the bottle that's already there and hand it to me.
Right.
So I go there, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, we only have 2 of the 3," and I was like, "Okay, I'm here. Let's get this taken care of." He's like, "Yeah, can you give us 15 minutes?" I was like, "Sure, I give you 15 minutes to print out a label and slap it on a bottle."
Right.
Seems okay. So I walked to the back of the store to do something else. I get, in reverse of you, I get maybe 12 steps away, I get a text.
You're done?
My prescription's ready.
Nice.
Go back. Now there's 6 people in line. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Dude.
So I just like, I walked away, did some other shopping. I was like,
you should have just told him, I'll go buy a label maker. You hold my spot right here.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
I got a Dymo right on me.
Yeah.
What does it need to say?
I will be right back.
My week.
Yes.
Even though you didn't ask, I'm going to segue to myself.
I didn't care. I seldom do.
Right.
Go ahead.
My week. To tell you about my week this week, I have to tell you about my week maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't remember when it happened, but came home from work one day. And Tina said, "Hey, the thermostat isn't working."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay." And I go in there, and sure enough, totally blank. So I pop the battery thing out, put new batteries in, nothing. I pop it off the wall, put in nothing. We order a new one from Lazan. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Everything from A to Z.
Right.
That day, it comes in. So maybe it's the next day, 2 days. You know how that quick shipping is. Pop it. Thermostat turns back on. So now I have a new thermostat I don't need, but I have one that's working now. So I'm like, okay, that should have been a sign.
Gotcha.
Do not take it.
Yeah.
Did not take it. Cut to this week. I come downstairs on Wednesday, I think it was. Wednesday or Thursday. It is 49, maybe 50 degrees in my house.
Ooh.
But
good sleeping weather.
Yeah, but the thermostat's working because it can tell me what temperature it is.
Hey, Ted. Yeah. With 2 L's, did you notice that it's 50 or 49 degrees in the house?
Oh, I noticed. My shirts noticed.
Yeah.
Because they were pointing.
I got you.
Yeah. So
I'm walking that way.
Yeah. So
twice.
Cut to thousands of dollars later, I now have heat in my house.
Really?
Yeah, it was fun.
Nobody likes a bragger.
Oh,
Mr. I have thousands of dollars for heat.
I swear, this is the first time in my life where I was an adult to be like, well, that sucks. But yeah, let me just get that taken care of, where it's not like, I'm not going to eat for 6 months.
Right. Yeah.
Because what am I going to do?
Hey, Mac, Ted has heat money, in case you were wondering.
Ted has HVAC money.
He has Branson money in one pocket.
Well, that I was
heat money in another.
I was playing games with TJ on Twitch last night. Talking about the HVAC. He's like, "You had HVAC problems?" I was like, "Not anymore."
Yeah.
I got wallet problems now. HVAC's all taken care of.
Yeah. Change that got to had.
I will tell jokes for money. Not here. But if anyone wants to put me on a show, let me know.
America's Most Wanted?
Yeah.
Do they still do that? I don't know.
It does not, man.
Cops?
Well, so then the guy's like, I'm working from home because I don't want to leave people I don't know in a house working around my kids.
Right.
So I'm working from home yesterday because Tina had to go. Tina's got flying to D.C. money, so I don't want to talk about it.
Ooh.
I don't want to hear about it. She's in D.C. this weekend.
Yeah.
But so he's like, "Is anyone going to be home?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll be home." He's like, "Oh, we're going to take my number." I'm like, "No, take my number because I'm going to be upstairs in my office working. I don't want you walking around upstairs in my house going,
yeah,
is this your office? Can you come down for a minute? Is it this one?
Okay.
Is it this one?"
I know your kid was showering. I thought it was you.
Right.
Okay. I'm just telling you.
I thought it was you.
that thought it was you. Okay. You didn't answer when I said,
Yeah.
I said, maybe I didn't say Wilson. Maybe I didn't say the L long enough. I don't know. But I said it.
I said, hey, just text me if you need something and I'll come down.
Right.
Because I have calls and everything. I don't, so suddenly the phone rings and it's from Tennessee. And I'm like, is Tennessee calling from my basement?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how this works. So I go down there and he's like, hey, have anyone shown you the new stuff yet? And I was like, from upstairs? You just called me, right? That was you, right? Who is showing me?
You must have a clone somewhere in your house. You got to have
the calls are coming from inside the house, sir.
Right. Yeah. From Tennessee.
So we got I'm going to brag again. We got a house humidifier put on.
Wow.
This is funny because Tina for Christmas just bought like individual humidifiers for every bedroom. The expiration date to return those was Wednesday.
So
now,
money.
does anyone have a humidifier, Jerry? You good? How you set for humidifiers? Anyway, no comment from
I'm
Jerry.
very humid in many regions.
Yeah, you're
I don't
gross.
think I need it. I don't need a humidifier.
He goes to show me how it works.
Don't say gross, Mac.
Turn up that.
He goes to show me how it works. He pops it off. They'd been running the water through it, so it splashes all over him.
Yeah.
And then he's going to put it back together, and he's like, okay, just notice this. This has a notch in it. And I was like, oh, for the nozzle for the water? And he's like, oh, do you have one of these before? Like, you took the old furnace off. Did you see one?
Yeah.
I was like, no, you just installed this one. He's like, oh, you must be very observant. I'm like, to notice the thing that's pouring water all over my basement floor? Yeah, I noticed it, man.
Yeah.
It's right in my face.
I've seen it before. Yeah. I've seen it before.
Not only did I know it was you calling from my basement from Tennessee, but also that the notch in this thing is probably for the thing pouring water out of. Oh my God.
That's awesome though. If you got it, because if I got a Tennessee call, I'd be like, ignore.
Well, he showed me how to replace the filter in the furnace because it's a different style and you can't get it to work. And I was like, performance anxiety? Is that what's going on? He's like,
you want me to look away?
He's like, well, it always happens. Like, yeah, it's harder when people watch, isn't it? I got real creepy on it.
Should have pulled out your camera. Can I film
Well,
this?
then at the end, he's like, hey, I saw you got some Back to the Future stuff. He's really cool about it. At this point, it's been 8 hours of banging and slamming and, not having heat in my house. And I've been on calls all day.
Yeah.
And I just want this guy out of here. Any other time, someone would have been like, oh, I see you. Like, oh, come upstairs and see my collection. Do you want to see my stuff? Look at my posters. Look at my props. Look at my stuff. I was like, yeah, it's a cool movie. Real remote dropper. Can we get on with this, buddy? Let's get out of my house. That's what I said to him. I literally was like, yeah, real great movies, real remote dropper. Let's move it along.
So you tell him, if I had a real DeLorean, I'd go back in time and fix my furnace and I wouldn't have this problem whatsoever.
Yeah, I would have fixed it 2 years ago and I probably could have gotten, I could have replaced parts, not the whole unit.
Correct. I would have taken the sign of the thing of the thermostat not working and said, you know what, this is something.
It turns out it was overheating. You know how we figured that out? The duct just to the left of the furnace was burnt.
Really?
Yeah.
You're lucky you didn't have a house fire.
Yeah, well,
Hey,
tomato.
I was gonna say, because you're gonna have kids and aren't gonna hear those things.
Depends how you look at it.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe that explains why we had those weird we couldn't figure out.
The cackers.
Maybe it wasn't a battery.
Yeah, the cackers going off.
Oh, you know what? While we were cleaning up though to make room for him, we found the box of smoke detectors that Tina swore she bought. And
well, you know what's weird is whether they're working or not, they have a shelf life. Yeah. So if they are that old, I'd say they're probably not what you want anymore.
I don't think they're that. I think they're still within a few months ago.
So,
I mean, this is a person that can come in the house with purse, wallet, and phone, and within 30 seconds be like, have you seen my purse, wallet, and phone?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you just walked in with them. You went 4 feet. Maybe check that 4 feet.
Yeah, you have a perimeter set up right now. It's like when a turtle, like we talked about, right? When a turtle escapes, there's a perimeter.
I mean, it's sad to the point where
you're right there.
When I can't find the keys that she's borrowed from me, the first place I look is in the other car.
Yeah,
and 9 times out of 10, I find them in the other car.
Yeah,
unlocked. Well, I locked your car. Yeah, but you didn't lock the car where you're storing the keys.
Right.
You made it 1 degree of Kevin Bacon to get into my car and steal it.
That'd be like leaving the front door open and hanging them right there on a hook and being like, I locked your car.
Yeah. Well, I get the people that talk about how great their lock is, and then you go to their house and you're like, you have glass panels right next to your door.
That's how I have a side light with 3 lights, and they're like, who's going to get in here? I'm like, whoever breaks that bottom panel and reaches in and turns the handle, that guy's going to get in my house.
Yeah.
So hopefully I hear said breaking of glass and I'm home, But
I just hear the clackers and you won't even pay attention to it.
Right. If that guy's on fire, I will definitely hear because the clackers will go off. But so you're talking about the house fire thing.
So you just casually dropped house fire.
Right.
Let's segue into a story.
No. But this was because there was a commercial first off, you see all the realtors and stuff, they put stuff out there like, do you want to know what your neighbor's house is worth, what your house is worth, this and that and the other? So what I wanted to do is I wanted to create something called arsonry.com. And so the way you really find out the true value of your neighbor's house, you burn that son of a bitch to the ground, okay? Because then within about 10 days, the insurance company's going to come out and give them an estimate and go, we will pay X amount of dollars to rebuild your house.
I live in one of those, those Danish cookie tins, not the ones that eventually become the sewing kits for grandmas.
Right.
But when you open it originally, it's all the same cookie, just a different shape.
Correct.
You have the circles of squares. Sometimes you have the circles of the holes.
But they're all like the dry shortbread
That's what my
ones.
neighborhood's like. Not every house is the same, but you go like 6 houses down and it'll be the same model as what I have.
Right.
And then 7 houses after that, same model as what I have. So I like that.
Yeah.
I can literally burn down a house in my neighborhood
Right.
that is the exact model of what I have. Oh no, they went the optional porch when they bought it. Not that one.
Yeah.
Go 7 more down.
The porch is already on fire.
Yeah.
My bad.
So I'm sorry.
My bad.
I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
Can I know how much that cost?
Yeah. How much?
Because I might want to throw. Did I tell you that we got an estimate for that? It was like 3/4 of what it would be to buy my house again. And it's like, no, I think you understand. I just want to put 3 walls outside here. I don't need to buy it, like build another house.
Right. Yeah.
But because of the way that they would have to tie the roof in and everything, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
ridiculous. I am in the wrong business.
I'm not looking to get unit
Yeah.
B installed. Okay.
seriously.
I just want a porch.
Right.
But that's okay. It is what it is. But no, that was my thought. Is like, but then you're in your neighborhood, you're gonna pick somebody that has really nice stuff because they value the whole thing.
Yeah.
They're like, look, to do this is what it would cost to do. Awesome. Because they have a lot better, nicer stuff than I got.
Yeah.
So you would know.
Yeah, people aren't coming to my house unless they just want boxes and boxes of tubs and totes. That I just move from house to house, hoping that
Right.
each time the next move will be the move home.
Yeah.
That's all we seem to do is just reorganize the stuff out of these tubs into different tubs.
Yeah.
You know what I would like to do? I'd like to display my stuff for once.
Yeah.
That never seems to happen. Oh, yeah, we'll eventually get you a room where you can display it. Will we?
Yeah.
Does that just mean putting it in clear tubs? Because that's what we're doing now.
That's what I was going to say. They're going to put a glass front on your tubs. And you're going to be like, oh, man, I remember buying that.
Every now and then I rotate the tubs so the stuff in the middle gets to the outside. I'm like, oh, look at that.
Oh, man.
That was a fun investment.
I've got tub money.
Yeah.
So anyway, arsonry.com might be the solution for you. Yeah, would have been tub money. Yeah, I like it. Not bathtub money. I don't have that. All right. Hey, let's do a couple fun facts then.
Let's do it.
I was going to give it dead to me. I'm just not going to. It's not even worth my energy. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, well, they're that dead to you? They're that dead to you. They don't even come alive.
They really are.
For
And the
segment.
weird thing is like I loved them the day before. So it's like really weird that I like.
Is it like everything you ate?
It's a hard turn. Yeah.
I really loved it yesterday.
It was so good. But
It
coming
is
out.
absolute crap today.
Coming out. It is absolute crap. Yeah.
It is crap today.
So let's do a fun fact.
I'm putting that in my notes.
All right. This is all right. This one affects me. Go figure. It's a fun fact. So anyway, it's estimated that only 30 to 50% of people have an inner monologue.
That's weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I have an inner monologue, but then most times I realize my mouth is moving as I'm using it.
Yeah, you're right. Your monologue is just constantly like,
Yeah.
it's only inner when someone else gets you to shut up.
Yeah. Like I'm Damon's one-man show of the inner monologues. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I just talk and people go, I don't think you would have said that. And I'm like, I said that? And that's what happens.
Yeah.
So
I think you find out that most of what you think is your inner monologue is not.
Right.
Someone has come and told you, no, you said that out loud.
yeah, it's like,
How did you know about that? Well, you said it out loud.
that was a secret between me and me. Okay.
If I mentioned it, I found out that Tina does not have she can't picture things in her mind.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she literally, if she cannot, like when, I don't know if you do this. Do you read?
Stop signs and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
But no, when I read books, I
Street
can
signs?
actually like build the scene in my head. Like I know what it's.
I can. Yes. I can.
Cannot do
yeah.
that. She has no and if you try to say like, hey, do you remember what that does that have recall like that?
Yeah.
And like that makes so much sense now.
Well, that's why.
That's how I can find things because I can be like, oh, I remember exactly where that's sitting. For her, it's literally like sets it down, gone, just gone.
But people like that. Honestly.
Yeah, I do. One of them is my
Yeah.
wife.
But I'm saying,
People like that. Yeah, I just mentioned one.
They wouldn't listen to a podcast because again, it's you're putting what people are saying. Like we're painting a picture when we talk.
Yeah.
And that's what other people do. That's why I really like podcasts because the more people get like descriptive and ridiculous, you're like, now you're picturing, You know, something like, you know, don't, like,
I'm picturing a guy losing his absolute poo at Casey's because they can't make his pizza on time. That's a Chad Daniels callback.
right. But
No, but to your point, that's not 100% true. The reason Tina doesn't listen to this podcast is because you're on it.
oh, because you're on it.
No, because you're on it.
That's what I said. You're on it.
Yeah, no. Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah. Anyway, the person Tina doesn't like was saying. Is that what you're saying? I got you. Pretty solid move there, Wilson. No, but for 30 to 50% to not have that,
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
that seems like a lot, because I really feel like most people, they run things through their head. They do. And I hate to, like, sometimes I do what is most entertaining to me when I'm by myself. So I'm running through a bit. It's never going to be anywhere, but I do that.
I can entertain myself without
Yes.
outside stimuli. You know what I mean?
Correct. But a lot of people cannot.
Yeah.
And apparently 30 to 50% of people cannot.
The fact that I can sit outside of the Delta lounge and literally just entertain myself by the people walking in.
Yeah.
Where are you coming from? Where you been? Why are you guys in a group? This seems weird. What do they got going on in there? Like, that's my whole, like, the whole time. That's what, like,
Right.
I'm not just sitting there staring off into space. I'm literally making up stories about all the weirds that are in the airport with me.
Yeah. Well,
And I know, I fully admit I'm one of them because I'm in the airport 9 hours earlier than I have to be.
there's somebody looking at you going, why is that guy talking to himself? He's barely moving his lips.
Why is that guy sitting
And he is
right outside
stalking that lounge?
the lounge? I don't understand. He's right. So many other seats. Why is he at the
Right.
seat where everyone has to, like, literally elbow him in the head to come out?
Excuse me. Drink card.
Yeah, I'm
Drink
just gonna
card.
say, I'm just getting used to the plane right now. I'm conditioning the back of my head
getting
'cause
ready
the
for-
drink card is going to hit
Yeah.
it.
I'm getting ready for Kool-Aid.
Because I
to
know
sit
a
next to
monster
me.
guy is going to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. First thing, Tina's on the plane. Hey, they've already boarded the plane and there's no one next to me. And I'm like, don't get cocky.
Whoa.
That's what happened to
Did
me.
they shut the door yet?
Until that door's shut,
Yeah.
there's that Sasquatch going to come down.
Yeah. I was going to say.
And the grabber behind him.
Yeah. Don't get brave. Don't get brave. All right. So, inner monologue, we can agree that even though I feel I have one, it usually comes out.
Yeah.
It does not stay inner.
Yeah,
I have an outer monologue.
You have
That's what I have.
you have a
Unfiltered?
unfiltered inner monologue.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. And I bet you 0.0001% of the population lives like that.
Yeah.
So I feel glad to be special. So anyway, next one. This one here, I was kind of blown away by because I don't know how the science would work behind this. In Chinese cities, there's a service called jam busting that allows drivers who are caught in traffic and need to get somewhere quickly.
Oh, someone else swips in for him?
To schedule a service to be picked up right away. 2 persons will arrive. One will rapidly get you through the traffic on a motorcycle.
Right.
Okay. And the other will drop off your car wherever you ask them to take it.
I mean, they've had notoriously 10-day, like, traffic jams.
Well, and I get that. I get that. But then do you feel like your best move is to get on the back of like a crotch rocket with some Asian dude that's going to fly between parked cars?
If I got to poop. And the option is in my car
Right.
or
Car's
somewhere
new.
down the road.
Car's new. Yeah, I get you.
I,
Well, the option's probably off the back of a crotch rocket
yeah.
as you're flying between cars. So, but so the science behind this 2-man team, right? They show up on a motorcycle because how else do they get there?
Right.
So boom, 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 weaving through everything, and they stop. One person opens a door, that plan is foiled.
Right.
Okay. One guy opens up to stand up on his door jamb to look ahead and go, how far is this? That plan is over.
yeah, that's called the foom.
Yeah. Right. You get a foom discount. Way to send a second
Now, see,
team of 2.
Tina would be like, oh, no, you can't come over right now. The car's a mess.
Yeah, right.
I'm in this, but give me 45 minutes. Give me 45 minutes.
Bring a couple trash bags. I'm gonna tidy up when you get here.
She needs a third service. Where it's one guy on a motorcycle and a garbage can on the back.
Nice.
So they can clean out the car before the other person comes in and sits in it.
But so now you're getting on the back of a motorcycle. And let's just
Or I would need that service so I could come get my keys.
right.
Because they're in the other car.
Right. Yeah. Hey,
Have you seen my keys? Oh, yeah, they're in my cup holder.
I'm stuck in traffic. I'll be right there. I'll be right there. You know what? I just need one dude this time. I don't care where you take the car. So imagine if you had your whole family, you're all just stacked up like a pack
like
mule,
circus,
you know?
Like,
Yeah.
They bring one of those poles, so you have it like out, and there's people like on top of that.
And now I'm gonna drive home the amazing Paracchios, you know? And it's like, then he drives too close to a light pole, and you're like, oh no, you got it all stretched out.
Miss Duck.
You know what they'd say? They wouldn't go. They'd be like, let's just put Dad on top in case we get any slow overpasses.
Oh my god.
I'd rather put him on top just in
Yes.
case.
I would rather ruin my back
Yes.
just in case.
Just to watch him get decapitated.
I'd rather
by
ruin
a-
my back than lose my face.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's called jam busting.
Which does not actually bust the jam. That's what I don't like about it.
No, it doesn't pump it up either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You could pump up the jam.
Yeah, I almost went. But it doesn't
could
bust the
have.
jam at all.
Could have. It
It
doesn't
just
at all.
continues the jam.
To me,
I mean, it busts you out of the jam.
right. So bust out of the jam. That's
It
probably
doesn't flow.
But yeah, jam busting. No, maybe jam
Who are you gonna call?
busters.
I expect someone to show up with like half a sandwich, mostly peanut butter.
Ray Parker Jr. pulls up on a motorcycle and he gives you a ride. And you're like, you're Ray Parker Jr.
And then Huey Lewis is like, "Hey, we've already done this.
Yeah.
I'll see you in court."
So it's Huey that called. The news has to stay with the car, okay? Just Huey.
Yeah, because
is
he
getting
wrote
on
a
the
song
back.
called "I Want a New Jam."
But
But Jam Busters was too derivative.
yeah, but I really think that'd be so awesome. Just see and he's like in the Ghostbusters thing, you know, but it's like the ghost is out. It's
Well, you know, they'd pull up and see one of us and be like, "Oh no."
yeah. Here's your helmet with a wheel on it, sir, because this thing is going to be on one wheel the whole way. You know what I mean? Here, I'm going to need you to put this on because I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way the front tire stays down on this bike.
They do that
while we're moving.
They do that. We roll down the tinted window. They look at us and they just, boom. It's the third one. They're not busting anything.
They bust a land speed record leaving the car. That's what they do. I've never seen anything go so fast. Wow.
Hey, is this the motorcycle that's going to get me out of this jam? Nope.
Nope. We're supposed to let them know where you're at.
Yeah.
We'll let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the other three guys said. Yeah, we know.
We know. Yeah. That's what the other three guys said. I'm running out of jam busting companies to call.
I've called Jelly Busters. I've called Jam Busters. I've called Preserve Busters.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
got
say-
no one left.
What about peanut busters? They're the opposite. They'll come and sit with you in
Yeah,
traffic.
they'll get you sticky. They'll,
Yeah,
they'll jam you up.
They're just going to come and hang out. They bring like word travel games like Yahtzee. You're just sitting there playing on the dash of the car.
I called Nut Busters. Was not exactly what I expected.
I Googled it first. I was highly disappointed in
I
their
Googled
website.
it under Max Internet, though.
Yeah.
That's
Jerry,
under his
Jerry,
IP address.
Jerry,
Yeah.
is there a real Nutbusters? You think we can find that, Jerry? Make sure you're logged into Max Google.
Incognito mode, Jerry. Incognito mode.
He is doing a nice thing for you that says
Arsery.com?
yeah, it
I
was
saw-
Ancestry.com.
I saw- yeah. Well, the people that died, that's how we know they were in the house.
Yeah.
All right. So the last
Oh, nutbusters.com is available. Williamson,
that's-
who likes to buy
yeah,
up our ideas.
surprising.
Williamson, I think it's time to
Do you
buy
think
that.
he still owns like Waffle Stomp and everything? Because
Oh,
at
I'm
one
sure.
point he did.
I'm sure. Well,
It costs money.
It doesn't cost much though to buy it, especially when you're not like hosting a web domain. You just own
True.
the name. All right, here's the third one. Okay, I think I saved the best for last. Yes, arsery.com.
Can you take my name off that? I like that checks out in parent company TCO Productions
Yeah.
on the bottom.
With Ted and Ted. arsery.com with Ted and Ted. I will give you double billing on that one. Here's the last one. There's no way you're ready for this. Okay. The last time Liechtenstein, don't know where they are, went to war, they sent 80 soldiers and 81 came back. They came home with an Italian soldier whom they befriended. He wanted to live in Liechtenstein. So imagine if you're the leader of Liechtenstein and you go, look, when we fight wars, we bring everybody home, plus Tony. You know what I mean?
No man left behind.
and
plus
Tony.
1.
Yeah.
Our policy is no man left behind plus 1.
Or they do the whole Johnny Bravo thing. They got 12 dead soldiers. We got to find guys that fit in these uniforms. We got to take them home. That's how we do it, you know? So, but 80 soldiers leave. First off, 80's not a lot of, who are you fighting with 80 people?
Have you seen Liechtenstein? It's the size of a city.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Liechtenstein is like one of the smallest countries in the world.
Okay. All right. But
so they probably got every available man.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And someone was like, hey, you know what? I got a sister.
Yeah.
Seems pretty lonely. Always on my back. Tony, you want to?
Yeah.
She's great. It's just I can't deal with her anymore. You want to come home?
You want to know? So the job in Liechtenstein would have been if there's 80, or say there's 81 able-bodied men, you want to be the one guy that stays there just in case they don't all make it back. You're like, who's hot now? You know what I mean?
Well, this was
who's hot now,
this
ladies?
was Liechtenstein's fault. They sent 40 motorcycles, but one of them had a sidecar.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So they brought 2 guys back and everyone, and they were like, "Well, we got this empty seat. I hate to waste it."
Anybody going to Liechtenstein? They were jam busting. They get Tony. Okay. But no, again, I know we send way more than 80 people and we always want them all to come home, but just to have those numbers to be like, you flew them all there on a big carrier and it has 80 seats on the way home. You're like, someone's got to stand. Someone's got to stand.
This feels like the reverse of Home Alone where they miscount and that's how they leave Kevin at home.
Yeah.
Where they get back and they're like, all right, let's do a head count real quick. 78, 79, 80, 81. Who's the wise guy?
Who moved?
Stand still.
Stand still.
78, 79, 80, 80. Again? What is happening?
But the weird thing is, they're all in their uniforms, and here's just like one guy in like FUBU sweatwear. You know what I mean? You're like, what do you? He doesn't stand out. You know, he's got a gold chain on.
He's just like,
he's Italian.
He's just like, hey, I need a place to hide out. Capiche?
Hey, you saw nothing. You saw nothing.
Yeah, it's the one time. Hey, where'd you get? Well, this guy fell off a truck.
Yeah, right. He sold the TV. The TV fell too. We're all good. But yeah, so and the fact that it was an Italian guy, that makes it even better.
The spoils of war was Tony.
We get to, so we planted our flag. We brought home their Tony. Okay, that's what we did. That's what we did.
We compromised. They stopped shooting at us, and we took Tony. That was how we ended the war.
They willingly give him. Listen, if you guys take Tony, we will just stop shooting at you right now. I promise.
Like any Tony? No, this Tony.
This Tony.
You're gonna take
this one right
Tony.
Here. Yeah, this one. Not Antonio. We like him. Yeah. He's okay. This is Tony. He's going with you. So, and then Tony's like, he's already in the car. With his head out the window, like, where are we going?
They ended World War II with the Treaty of Versailles. They ended this war with the Treaty of this guy.
Or the trading of Tony.
Yeah, the trading of this guy. Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah. You know what's weird is they probably started lower than that. You know what I mean? Like Liechtenstein's like, what else you got? Yeah. You know? Can we have that? Well, how about that BMW over there? No, we said Tony. We will keep firing unless you take Tony. So
yeah, we just had one job to fill. We just wanted one guy. We didn't want to fight a war. I don't know why this all came about.
But you said like Home Alone. Imagine the opposite of that. You're right, but it is Home Alone. So it's like they go to the country and they come home with an extra kid, and it's like, oh no, you know.
But yeah, can you imagine that? Like, so no one's gonna miss you. No one's gonna be looking for you.
Right. Yeah.
How bad is Italy, man? It seems like it's okay.
Right. Telling you're probably right. It's probably hiding out from something.
Yeah.
Probably out. So anyway, 80 left, 81 come back. I just thought that was a great fun fact. I had to say it. Now, this might be one of my favorite TCO sells it for you that I've ever done. And we've done some stupid ones. I don't think. Yeah. We get a sigh from the other room. Yeah.
Stairs to nowhere.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
Everybody, welcome to TCO sells it for you.
So here's what we got. Zebra, Z-Grip, black, pens, medium.
Oh, I know these pens.
Okay. We'll wait to hear the description. 30. Now, and it says $1. Okay. 30 new retractable ballpoint pens. Picture shows the rubber part still on the tip to prove they are brand new. Nothing wrong with them. Get this sentence.
That's how I used to pick up dates in college.
Get this sentence. No longer need. That's the sentence that got me over the top. And I'm like, you no longer need. Is it just black pens? What's dead to you? Black pens are dead to you? Do you use blue only? Red ink? What do you use? But I was laughing so hard when I read that. It's like, no longer need. Do you have no arms? You know what I mean? How are you going to take the cash from me? You have no arms. Here's the deal. Selling all 30 together for $8 OBO. Must meet in Plainfield. No holds. Cross-posted.
I will say, based on the Zon link that Jerry's put up for us, a pack of 12 costs you $8.99.
Yeah.
So 30 for $8 seems like a steal.
But here's the deal. Jerry
I
doesn't
do
have
the
this
stuff
picture.
behind you.
Look at this picture and tell me what's wrong with it, Ted.
It's a 40 pack. He's already taken 10 out. You know what? I bought this 40 pack because it seems sensible. Turns out I only need about 10. I need to cut my losses on this.
But how do you honestly put in the head? No longer need.
No longer need.
Yeah. You know, this isn't like your grade school catcher's mitt.
Yeah.
You know, it's something else.
He was going to write a manifesto.
Right.
Got to the 10th pen and went, that seems about right. That's about it. That's all I need to write.
He's like, with it, you know,
This guy is saying that, is he like 106 years old? He's never going to need
Right.
another pen again for
yeah.
the rest of his life?
yeah, he's not gonna outlive the use of 10
Yeah.
of these pens.
Cut to 6 months later. Honey, do we have any more?
We did, George, until you sold them. You know, so,
For $8. I hope that half of what now it costs for a value meal.
right? Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, not if you want fries and a supersize, but yeah, you're right. You're close. Yeah. But yeah, to have a, that's why I said the picture doesn't do it justice, because it is a 40 pack and it's missing.
Yeah.
Did you find the actual one?
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah.
It's the same picture.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? This is Jerry we got going on.
It is
No, this is
amazing.
me.
Hey, and the best part is on the front
Jerry's in front.
it says new ink.
I do it from behind.
We're leaving that in there.
Well, that's why
I
you
used it confidently all week.
Yeah. That's why you do the killing. Mac's like, I do it from behind.
I don't. Can we just go back? Do you think out loud before you say
Hey.
stuff?
Hey, he's my inner monologue brother.
Right.
All right, we're
Yeah.
now brothers, Mac. Brother from another mother. Inner monologue. Yes.
Jerry does it from the front.
Yeah.
I'm not going to finish it because if I finish it, then you'll have a clip of me saying it, and I'm not doing that.
Just for the listeners right now, the bad part is we both have to walk through that room to get out of here. So there's a chance that one or both of us will be violated from both sides.
For those of you not following us on the socials, which we'll talk about that later, shame on you.
Yeah.
But just to reiterate, Jerry would like to refute the fact that he's the one that makes that room gross.
Correct.
Which
Well-
is what Max said the day Jerry wasn't here.
Yeah.
So that evidence should have been clear.
Yeah.
It should have been clear because Jerry wasn't even here that day.
Right. So there's only a guy doing it from the back that day.
Smells
No front
awful
guy.
over here.
No frontal guy whatsoever. Gotcha.
Why this
Okay.
room is always so hot.
Is that why they hug us goodbye? I was kind of wondering. It feels kind of dirty, but I didn't know. I like giving hugs, Ted.
You know what I don't need anymore? 30 hugs.
Yeah. I have no use
No
for,
longer need.
no use for these frontal hugs. Okay. Or the backal hugs. Is backal a word?
Let's not. I don't care if it is, but please let's specify both.
Okay, the title of this one's probably going to be Backal Hugs. Okay, they are unwanted. Unwanted Backal Hugs. Okay, so Mac, I'm talking to you. So my brother with no inner monologue. So yeah, I do love because it's like so quiet. Then all of a sudden, he makes a statement. And you're like, that's wrong on like 12 levels.
Yeah.
You know, and but it was innocent. It was meant so innocently.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, it was
We totally get what he means.
Yeah.
Like if it's on the front TV, it's Jerry. If it's on the TV behind us, it's
Right,
Mac. Right.
right.
Got it now.
Right.
Right.
You know what would have really made that make sense? 2 letters, T and V. I'm just letting you know right now.
You know what would have really made that more sense for this? Is it's not being just an audio only medium.
Right. Right. I do the killing.
Why am I recording this again?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you tell me and then we'll both know.
Wait a minute. Because you want to take money from me on Monday. That's why you're recording.
No, you meant the
You're talking about the video.
Oh.
That I don't.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, that was a sore subject. Moving on.
I feel like I'm going to get violated for real now when I leave.
Yeah, let me get up first.
I'm going to go to the Urink. I'll meet you down at the car.
Hey,
I'll
do
be
you
back.
guys know that thing flushes?
The Urank? Yeah, there's a button at the top.
Yeah.
Have you not used a urinal before?
Yeah. That's why it smells rancid when I go in there. Did you not know it flushes?
So
my-
when I made that comment a couple weeks ago on Facebook,
Yeah.
you didn't see that where I was like, it doesn't even flush.
No, I didn't see that, but you owe
Oh.
somebody an apology.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that next day. I was like, oh, this part pushes in.
First off, I've never felt a urinal to see what parts push in. Okay. I never went, ooh, that's deep. That's cold. That pushes in. I don't do that at a urinal.
You have been here for a significant amount of time, sir.
Yeah. Do you know how much rancid urine has sat in that urinal? Because you didn't know it pushed in? Wow. I think I lost you, Wilson. Are you okay? Wow.
It's been months.
Yeah, months. Yeah. He's like, I don't pee at work,
Yeah, I'm
man.
glad you guys brought up the subject. I would have never discovered that.
So what we're saying is Magellan went ahead and explored the bathroom after we stayed
I
in
mean, that's just
something.
why I always use the sink, because I was like, this has running water.
Hey, you know what? Sensible.
Since yeah, I do.
It's all tubes, Jerry.
Yeah, it's tubes. It's just tubes. Gravity. It runs to places. All right.
Oh,
so
my
so
This
on
is
that,
the guy that wouldn't let us go in a shower.
I'm gonna be honest with you. We're gonna do TCO of the week. Mac's our first TCO of the week, okay? Because I can't believe that guy. Second one, let's do TCO of the week. All right.
TCO of the Urink.
Yeah. Did you know that pushed in? Did you know? That might be the title of this one. Did you know that? Okay. I might not be Backal. It might be pushed in.
Sign says push.
Yeah. The sign says don't read. Please push.
Pulled when I should have pushed.
Yeah. He's holding the urinal in the hallway. Did you know that you cannot pull this to flush it? No, I didn't know that. You learn something new every day.
Just taking a cup down there. What's that for? Well, I fill it up in the sink.
Yeah.
I throw it in the Urink.
And I rinse it down. Yeah, I rinse it down.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so here's the title. Man forgets wife after toilet break, coincidentally, on a road trip, and she's forced to walk 12 miles to find him.
Should have called Jam Busters.
So, yeah. Just send one guy.
Just send one guy.
No one's driving the car. He's gone. So just send one guy.
So explain. I'm
So-
not. I mean, if I
Yeah.
was leaving, what does a toilet break have to do with it?
So
Like a stop for the
Yeah,
toilet?
yeah.
Okay.
So a man in Thailand found himself in a serious situation since much can happen on the road. According to the Thai news site, Boonton Chaiman, Boontom, Boontom. So we'll call him,
You had no chance.
We'll call him Beat.
Boomtown.
yeah, I was going to say,
Boomtown.
where's his party people? So anyway, in Boomtown, he's 55, okay? And his wife is 49. So he's older. He should know better. They were driving to spend Christmas in their hometown. Oh, now we got a hugs from the front and the back graphic. It's pretty solid. It's you know what? I'm gonna pass. I will give that to you. That's my present to you. You can have my hug on the way out. So
The front or the back?
both.
All
You
right.
can have both. It's a twofer. It's a 2-for-1. So, but anyway, however, at around 3 a.m., Boomtown stopped the car since nature called and he needed to empty his bladder. So Amnue, she looks like Amway.
Amway. Yeah, that's where I was going.
We're going
with
to call her Amway. So Boomtown and Amway. Amway inquired of her husband as to why he hadn't stopped at the petrol station they had just passed. When he didn't respond, she took the opportunity to also use the toilet and get out of the car. Upon returning to the road, Amway was shocked to discover that both the car and her husband were gone, leaving her alone in the countryside in the middle of the night without money or a phone.
Now, I'm going to steer into a stereotype here,
Yeah.
and I apologize up front, but I have to imagine how long did it take for him to go, man, it's just much quieter at this point in the drive.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's
He
like,
probably was like, this is very peaceful. I enjoy this.
she might have been laying in the backseat sleeping. So he might have got in and like barely clicked the door and been like, shh, just turn his music up a little bit and start driving. And be like,
make
I'm
a note
enjoying
of
it.
whatever position she's in now because she's not snoring.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I am totally enjoying this for 12 miles.
Yeah.
Okay. So it says,
Do you think at 10 miles he was just like, man, whoops.
Yeah.
Might as well just keep going.
I don't think so. 'Cause
Might as well just keep going.
she walked 12, so we'll see. But it says Amway had no choice but to begin walking towards civilization. Okay. She walked nearly 12 and a half miles before eventually reaching the district of Cabinbury around 5 a.m. So 2 hours later, She's gone. She's making decent time. I mean, she's moving
6 miles an hour.
She's moving at a decent clip.
Yeah.
So local police attempted to help her get in touch with her oblivious husband. Now, you know what? That's an adjective that probably sticks.
Yeah.
Okay, that sticks. But that proved to be a difficult task. She couldn't remember her husband's phone number. You want to know what's weird? I know my wife's phone number. And I know
you know your own.
I know one of my kids' phone numbers because it's very easy to remember. I hand selected it. And the other three, if I lose my phone, I'm going to be screwed. I'm just telling you right now. Because you rely on just hitting that. I totally understand.
Yeah, I don't know my kids' numbers now that you say that.
Yeah.
I know my wife's because it's been that for 25 years.
But as 46 years old, mid-40s, I remember your childhood phone number and could call your mother at home.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had to know everything back then. You didn't, if you forgot a number, you wait till you saw that person again and hopefully you had something to write it down on. You know, because you didn't pull your phone out and take a note.
Is your mom's house the same number?
It was. She no longer has a phone, but it was 9336.
I was just saying, so can I say it out loud? Because 9336. Yeah.
9336. So you can call anybody you want at that number.
46.
So, yeah.
Let's say happy birthday to one of our greatest listeners, Chuck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey,
As of recording.
he's
in his late 40s now.
789.
79.
789. Yeah, I saw that. So, you know what though? He still acts like he's in his early 20s.
Yeah.
So he's okay. So it's 1, 2, 3. But
That's true.
But anyway, she couldn't remember her, so she called her own phone multiple times, but he did not answer. So he's probably like, it's probably her mother or something. He hears her phone ring. He's like, if she's not waking up to get it, I'm not answering that damn thing.
At that point, he might have realized and just been like, I don't want to take this call.
I am so free.
He's either free or afraid.
Yeah.
Those are his two options.
So it says, finally, oh, dude, I thought she caught up with him at 12 miles.
No, I think she just caught up to a phone at 12 miles.
Okay, get this. This is the next sentence. Finally, at around 8 a.m., the police were able to make contact with Boomtown, who had already driven 160 kilometers up the road.
I'm telling you got 10 miles and it was like, I can't go back. This mistake is too big to fix.
When he returned, Amway was understandably furious with him, and they resumed their journey. No doubt, Boomtown made sure he'll never lose sight of his wife again. That is amazing. But what's even worse is he's got to turn around and drive, but he's not making time anymore. I'd be so pissed.
Well, no, I'm telling you, I guarantee he got to a certain point, realized what he had done, and he was driving on with his life.
Screw it.
Yeah. He's like, there's no coming back from this.
He's in the wrong lane with his eyes closed. He's like, let's just see what happens.
Boomtown is going downtown because there's no turning around.
Let's just see what happens. But it says they have been married. Is that your phone? 27 years, and they have a son who's 26 years old. And social media. So I'll end with this. Social media, people were commenting. Now he won't forget this trip for the rest of his life. She won't let him. Okay.
Yeah. There was no option of forgetting it.
You are correct. If he listen, and it's a real thing, and I know people. If he gets Alzheimer's, if he gets something like that, she will still not let him.
Oh,
he will know that
for the rest of his life
forever.
Hey, honey, I really don't feel like it. Do you remember the time?
It'll be in his eulogy.
Yeah.
Okay. If she outlives him, it'll be in the eulogy where she says, I remember the one time,
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the shorthand for their marriage, the rest of it is whenever she wants something, it's just going to be 12 miles.
Yeah. Right.
12 miles.
Or 160 kilometers.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is. Let's see here. And what's the, somebody said that's the last pee of his life. No, it's not. That's not even funny. It's time to rethink their marriage, or rather who you married, third person shared. Okay, sure. I'm sorry that I read both of those. Those were stupid. I should have stopped after the first one. So yeah,
that's what I thought after like episode 1.
Yeah. These are stupid. I should never do this again. Why am I doing this? Okay. Now that was like in honor, because Valentine's Day is right around the corner.
Correct.
So
that's the day they're delivering my air conditioner because it was too cold to mount it 2 days ago.
Okay.
So I was like, Happy Valentine's Day. This is the most expensive gift I've ever gotten you.
Just say, hand to God. That counts as a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know she doesn't listen, but that counts as a gift. I'm telling you right now.
The guy was like, we can do it on the 14th. And I was like, giddy up.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I did the thing at my church a couple weeks back for Christmas, and we were talking to people afterwards, and they were like husband and wife. They'd walk up talking, and I said, "Hey," I look at the dude, and I go, "Just between me and you, You open her door tonight when you leave. This counts as a date. You were at theater. You know, I was like, this counts as a date, bro. This is how it is. You know.
Oh man,
So-
can you imagine taking some sort of survey? What is the worst date you ever had? I watched Damon perform in a church
Yeah. Yeah. He opened the door for me, but I had to close it myself.
around Christmas.
You're going to be on those bad Valentine. So what happened? I got an AC unit
Yeah.
and didn't get to use it for about 4 months. So
I got an AC unit. I made the house moist in the winter.
yes. So what? Let's do strange story. You ready?
Strange stories.
That is really the ideal
Hey,
length.
Dave, send us a line. I haven't heard from you in recent
Yeah.
weeks. You
Yeah.
doing okay?
And I'll be honest with you.
God, that sticker still cracks me up.
I think what's funny though, yeah, it is. With this,
Can I get that, Jerry? Can you send me that?
So what
Thank you.
cracks me up the most is that we play it, we comment how it's the right. And we've talked longer than what
every
is
time.
initial.
Every time.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's because we don't mind hearing our own voices. We don't want to give airtime to anyone else.
But I will say,
Unless it's Max saying something he doesn't realize is a double entendre until after he said it.
right. Can I tell you guys something? No, you cannot.
That tasted like dog's nuts. What?
Yeah. So
That's not what I meant.
donuts. I said it wrong. So eternal winner. Okay. What? Oh, when you get the chuckle from the other room, it's always funny when he giggles. Yeah. Usually it's because we're both being ignorant, and he's like,
usually it's a disgusted sigh.
"Yes, yes." Followed by
Like if literally he just put on a timer like every 7.5 minutes a disgusted sigh, he could probably just go down and hang out in the bathroom.
yeah, he could.
We wouldn't notice.
You could push away and that's John as much as you
You
want
would have
to.
a free hour every Saturday morning.
So here's the headline: Eternal winner. Groundhog dies before having a
the
chance.
Canadian. Maybe this is why we haven't heard from Dave.
Okay, so now, just so you know, he's in mourning.
No, maybe he's the one that took him out. I'm so sick of this winter up here.
If your whole goal in life is to be a groundhog sniper, okay, I believe that position's probably open, you know, and I don't think there's probably much testing.
Yeah.
Much testing. But no, it says so eternal winner, groundhog dies before having a chance to see his shadow. So February 2nd, Groundhog Day. You know how the thing goes. The groundhog comes out of its hole, and if it sees its shadow, winter goes on for 6 more weeks. What happens if the groundhog's too busy being dead to see anything ever again? That's a great line to put in a story. Well, we're about to find out, because this year's Groundhog Day was royally spoiled, at least in Quebec, Canada. So you are correct. Yeah.
Hey, Jean-Luc, I got a real problem here. No, I used a couple sticks. Neither one of the pokes did anything. I think our boy's dead.
I pulled out my groundhog poking stick that I have.
Can I suggest, though, that we don't need a groundhog, because if there's sun, shadow. If there's cloud, no shadow. I think that's where we're at, guys.
I got a Matchbox car. You just roll it out. Look, shadow. Shadow. Matchbox car says, you throw the body out of the thing. I see a shadow.
Yeah, does it count if we see it? Because this thing will make a shadow.
So you throw him out. Because you know there's going to be a shadow. You throw him out, but you got a string tied to his back legs, and you slowly drag him back in. Like, ooh, we saw it. He's scared. Meanwhile,
no, you take the 2 sticks you used to poke them, you cross them over, you put some strings down, and now you got a groundhog marionette.
right. He starts. I was gonna say the only song he knows is "Bye Bye Bye" by NSYNC, because he's doing the whole the thing with the
Either that or the Warner Brothers, like with the frog sings. You know,
right.
that's a-
Yeah. So anyway, or the worst part, you throw him out there, and before you see anything, a hawk swoops down and just takes the body. You're like, oh
Well,
man.
you throw him out there and you hit a small child in the face, and you're like, you had one job, Paul. You were supposed to catch the groundhog.
Who didn't tie the string to his legs? I didn't know we could throw him that far.
Paul's just sitting there with a donut and a coffee, probably from Tim Hortons, going, we're doing this now?
Yeah.
You got to tell me that, eh?
When do we start? You never do this at noon. There's always a shadow.
I don't start till the music starts.
Right.
You can't tell me we're ready to go.
Right. Mac's in charge of it. And we're going. There's a groundhog airborne. You know we're going, right?
You know,
we're
it's 8
live.
minutes early. I just figured I'd start the music. You guys are just in there screwing around.
But you don't even put him on a string. You put him on a bungee. So he just flies out and right back in. That's so awesome.
All right, so are we going to get to what they did?
Yeah. So anyway, his name's Fred La Marmotte, which is Fred the Groundhog for us French impaired. So Fred, he was supposed to predict how much winter's left in Valdespar or whatever province it is, as he was on many years before. Unfortunately, when his caretakers went to fetch Fred, they discovered he left his mortal coil. I don't know why that means anything, but okay. Fred was dead. Some 40 minutes after the annual Groundhog Day event had begun, Roberto Blondin, the celebration's organizer, climbed to the speaker's podium and delivered a surprisingly somber announcement. You couldn't find another groundhog in 40 minutes? You couldn't find hamster. Get something.
Yeah.
A Shetland collie. I don't know. Put something in there.
Hey guys, remember last year we made those budget cuts and we didn't have a backup plan for the groundhog, and you guys admittedly were like, that seems short-sighted. Good news, bad news.
Yeah.
Good news is you're right.
Yeah.
Bad news is that guy's dead.
Yeah.
And he gets like to say 40, like that 40 minutes, like, attention passengers.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
We don't have a groundhog. Just so you know, winter is based on meteorological stuff, not really an animal. It's going to be cold for weeks. It's Canada.
It's Canada, right? It's
Go
gonna
home.
It's going to be cold. It's still winter. It's still winter. Look at your calendar. It'll tell you if it's going to be cold or not. It's all good.
It is the 2nd of February, guys. We are in Canada. Do the math.
Yeah. But you know, like the one guy that was in charge of getting the groundhog like years ago, he's like, remember when they offered that buy one, get one free? And you said, nah, we don't need it.
Well,
you probably should have taken it.
6
you know?
weeks gets you halfway through March.
Right.
The spring solstice is in like the middle. Yes, of course it's going to be 6 weeks left of winter. That's how it works.
Right. Right. And
So do they have someone like in like Australia sometime around because their winter would be like end around August. So they have someone like in August. Like, yeah, we have the
Joey.
the dingo come out.
yeah, I was going to say.
The didgeridoo come out and see if it has a shadow.
Didgeridoo, isn't that that's
Instrument. Yeah.
It's an instrument. You just throw it out there.
Yeah.
It's not moving.
Telling you, here's the trick. Sun, shadow.
Yeah.
Clouds, no shadow.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is.
We can do it with a dead groundhog. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're going to see a shadow.
Hey, you know, why don't we just stuff that guy? Call it a day.
So here's the best. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, if this doesn't put life in perspective for you, how poorly planned this whole thing was. Okay. What's that? Proper planning doesn't, or you know, the whole thing,
Oh,
the 7 Ps or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, Fred didn't drop dead overnight though. In fact, he may have been dead for weeks or even months. Anybody checking that groundhog? You know,
Yeah.
it's November. We don't need him
Yeah.
till February.
Wait, is he wild or are we feeding him?
Fred,
No. I need to know. Is he wild or were we supposed to be feeding him? That seems like a November question, not a February question.
Look, I've always realized that groundhogs fend for themselves in the wild, Jerry. In the wild. I used your name, Jerry.
Yeah, sorry.
In the
that
wild.
was a go-to for us
He
for a
put
long
his hands
time.
up like, why are you blaming me?
Yeah.
So, but in the wild, that's where they are. He's in a cage, you know?
Side note, it's funny you did that. That's why I went to Paul.
Yeah.
Because I was going to go Jerry too. Like, wait a minute. There's actually a Jerry in here now.
I said it and I saw the hands come up. I'm like, oh.
Our early go-to is no longer available.
Incriminations. All right. But it said Fred had gone into hibernation this fall, as groundhogs do. However, he died peacefully in his sleep at some point in early December.
That would have been great if he just put out that SpongeBob meme, like, I'm a head out. And then that was it.
Yeah.
His life was over. Not doing this again. I'm sick of you guys waking me up early. Just gonna die.
And then, but then you're looking at it, you're like, he hasn't been on Instagram since December. So what's this guy doing? You know? Because if you're laying in bed that long, you definitely have your phone out.
Right.
You know? So it says, despite the tragic news, the organizer was determined to let the Groundhog Day event continue. Instead of Fred, a young boy with a groundhog plushie was brought onto stage to make a prediction. The kid foresaw 6 more weeks of winter. We'll see how accurate a mere human's prediction ends up being.
Yes, everyone, more winter's coming. Thanks for coming out. It's a sad moment. We do have coffee, donuts, and now we have a new dish. It's a stew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do not ask.
It's GH stew. What does that stand for? I don't know. What do you want to hear?
Yeah.
What do you want to hear? Sound it out, Jerry. Made him laugh that time.
Why is it me?
Yeah. He's like, damn it, I gotta stop coming here. So here's the next look at the next headline.
He was awesome.
He was awesome. Although Fred's passing was sad and surprising, you don't need to feel too bad. He had lived a long and happy life and was quite old for a groundhog at the time of his death. Fred was 9 years old. Although groundhogs can live up to be 14.
So no, he was not quite
he
old.
was not old. Dude barely had his driver's license.
Man,
you know
was
what I mean?
middle-aged. He was the equivalent of 4, 5, 6.
Right, yeah. You know what? He's as old as us, okay?
Right, yeah.
He's as old as us.
However, if we didn't show up again, Mac would kind of be like,
Yeah.
they did their thing.
He's going to poke me with a stick till money falls out. Let me poke him. Can I poke him? Nicole, do you care if I poke him? So, but it says...
To be fair, when it did almost happen, he waited 4 weeks before he politely was like, guys, can I at least get paid for the work you did?
But then he goes, have you tried pushing the buttons? Because it causes stuff to happen. Have you tried pushing?
Does Damon have buttons? I've never looked. I've never checked it out.
Mac's been here pushing his nipples for an hour, and he's not alive. And he's not.
That's false, because he would be in the back. You would have Jerry pushing the nipples.
That's right. And I don't want to see what Mac's pushing. We're all good. That's not a reset button, buddy. That's not what it is. So it's not going to work. Jerry'd be working the nipples. Anyway, at the time of his death, Fred was 9 years old. All right. So it said he was already quite a venerable senior by groundhog standards. Not only did he live long, he was also excellent at his job.
He's got 5 human years left on what they tend to live with.
Yeah.
He's only lived. That's happened. No.
Yeah. 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 If you could have made it to like
if your
11,
life is about 15 years,
yeah,
5 is early, 10 is mid, 15 is old.
You didn't even reach
you
mid.
Didn't even get to 10. He lived a long life. He's fine. We poked him, woke him up every February,
Yeah.
threw him back in his hole to sleep.
This is a quote. He was awesome. He gave awesome services, awesome predictions. 80% success rate, said Renee Lauren Dew.
I mean, that's better than a national batting average. So that's,
Then she said, but I guess it had to come to an end. Everybody in the community, from children to seniors, loved Fred. Not enough to check on him.
Right.
Okay. Fred's like he's like the grandparent you put in the nursing home and be like, yeah, we'll get a call someday. It's like
cut to a new procedure in their plans. January 31st. Check on groundhog.
check on Fred.
Give yourself a 24-hour lead time to get new groundhog, just in case.
Yeah.
Fred 2.0.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's Fred the second.
Yeah. Someone's like, hey, should we check every February 1st? And they're like, ooh, let's back it up just a day.
Yeah.
What happens if it falls on a Saturday? You can't find a groundhog at a Sunday. It's impossible. Give yourself more time.
So it says that Punxsutawney Phil, the framed groundhog from Pennsylvania, and the only way I know him is from the movie Groundhog Day. That's the only way that I knew him.
I have to imagine they're just renaming a groundhog every
Right.
presumably 10 to 15 years.
But it says Phil's accuracy rate stands at 40%, far below Fred's excellent record.
Wow, Canada just does everything better.
So
That's a lot of pressure on Fred.
what an a-hole that goes, listen, ours might be dead, but he's still superior to what you guys are working with over
Even
there.
our dead groundhog's better than you.
I'm going to give that dead groundhog.
America's a joke.
I'm going to give that dead groundhog a Backal hug and see if he comes around.
Now, is it metric? Is that the
Yes.
difference?
That's what it is.
Has anyone done the conversion? What is
What's
Canadian
50%
percentage to the United States percentage? Because their dollar is not our dollar, just so you know.
He's the only groundhog that says, A, after every time he predicts. Shadow, A.
Their loony is not our toonie, for sure.
Hey, without pushing any more buttons, where can they find us, Ted?
And they can find us at thatchecksout.net and all the socials. That checks out WTT. You can find Mac in back, Jerry in front. This has been a TCO Productions. We'd like to thank Audio Hive Podcasting Studio for letting us come in and get hugs from all directions. Thank you to Brian. Thank you to Jerry for running Video Village. You'll catch us next time. For Damon, this has been Ted. Ladies and gentlemen, that checks out.
Please check your groundhogs.
Also, all hugs have been given with consent. No groundhogs have been harmed in the recording of this episode.
Oh, yeah, I said Jerry. And I'm like, damn it, I got one sitting over there. That was the name I went to.
said Jerry. Like, oh,